Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And in this video, we are going to talk about my first impression of another nostalgia game called the Dragon Nest. And we will feature two of these games that are on mobile. The first one is the Dragon Nest Rebirth of Legend. This game has been released for like a month or so, but I haven't tried playing it because there are a lot of Dragon Nest mobile games already, and I've played most of them, but none of them seems to pique my interest. So here we have another Dragon Nest mobile, and they say it's very similar to classic PC version, which I am intrigued by, so I tried it. First, I was already overwhelmed with how many servers they have now. Just look at this. And also, I'm having a hard time inputting my IGN because most of my IGNs have already been used. What the hell? And so, I already created a character a while ago, but I'll still show you the available classes. Currently, they have the original 4 classes to choose from, which are the Warrior that can change into a Mercenary or Swordsman, Cleric that can change into a Paladin or Priest, Sorcerer that job changes into a Force User or Elemental Lord, then Archer that can change into a Bowmaster or Acrobat. So we just jump into the town, and yeah, it really feels like the classic PC version. Not gonna lie, I like it. Of course, we have the questing, and questing is very important here to gain a good amount of EXP. And just wanna tell you that they have no PC version at this point, so I'm just playing it on an emulator, but still, it feels smooth and optimized. Forgive me for being a noob, I'm still not used to the controls. But given the vibe, I'm really liking it. And oh, there is no auto combat here, which is good. I mean, for a game like this, an action RPG, they should not implement auto combat. The UI is somewhat good and bad. Good somehow because I like the theme that is grayish and embossed. It feels like the classic PC version. If you look at the skills, it also has the classic vibe. But bad in terms of having a lot of display icons right here. Good thing though, you can collapse these icons, making it look cleaner. Still, I don't like having a lot of separate contents like this. They still have the heraldry system, which we've known since the classic. And you can inlay some of your heraldries here to get some extra stats. And of course, you can craft them also here. They have the mount and pets that you can collect for increasing your progression. And here I got my first job advancement, which is on level 13. We got the Bowmaster, which is the long range. And here is the Acrobat. Damn, the Acrobat skills are still top notch for PvP in my opinion. But I still love long range characters, so I'll go with the Bowmaster. Okay, so let's try the new skills. Wow, that damage is huge. Okay, so that's my initial gameplay of Dragon Nest Rebirth of Legend. Now for the other one is the newest, which I did some testing on their CBT. Unfortunately, I haven't got more on their features because of the limited time, but I still have my personal opinions regarding this game. This game is the Dragon Nest M Classic. Again, the area seems like the classic, so kudos to these two new Dragon Nest. But let's see what their differences are. So first, what I notice here is the UI or the user interface. The text seems thin and the design is kind of minimalist. I like minimal designs, but this UI seems pretty boring for a Dragon Nest theme. I wish they could just change the font style of the text to make it more appealing. And also here, I personally don't like that they add some text below the skills. If you see it here, it has the DPS and burst. It's like giving a MOBA vibe, which I don't like. But hey, some players like it, so it's fine. And also, what you can easily notice here is it is much smoother and optimized. That is the most important part. What I also notice here is that when you use the thumble of the archer, it's gonna dash afterwards, making it very useful to go from point A to point B. On the Dragonest Rebirth of Legend, it doesn't do the dash, only warrior classes can do it. So, I think this is a good addition. You can do the normal targeting here, and you can also focus on locking the targets. For beginners, it's much preferable to use the lock target as you can land your skills more accurately, especially when you are focusing on the boss monster. Also, what I like about here is the items that have dropped will go directly to your stash. Unlike on the Rebirth of Legends, you will still press and loot them one by one, which for me is not necessary for a mobile game. Then here, they still have the enhancement, just a different interface design. And here are some of the combats. I really like how smooth it is, though I still need to test this on an emulator if it has the same performance. Oh, by the way, this is one of the features they missed. I've been looking through the settings on how to zoom out the camera, but I think there are no settings for it. Unlike in the Rebirth of Legends, they have a camera zoom out, which I wish they have. Hopefully they will implement it here. So I haven't got any recordings in this game, unfortunately, but I have my fair share of this 2 Dragonest game. So between these 2 Dragonest, I like the user interface more on the Rebirth of Legends. It is more PC Dragonest vibe, and I think they did well on the designs. I just don't like the icon features that are spammed above when you are in town. It feels overwhelming, to be honest. The combat feels pretty solid, and you can really feel the classic vibe. However, I do prefer the more optimized feature of the Dragonest M Classic. It is much smoother and the combat feels really good. I do like that they add some quality of life improvements like the dash of some other classes, not just the warrior. And the automatic loot after the end of the dungeon, because for me, looting it one by one doesn't make any sense. And I think that's all I can share for now. Both of these games have their own gimmicks and I think they did pretty well. I won't be discussing which game is pay to win because, like what I always said, all mobile RPGs are pay to win. It is their way of monetizing their efforts on creating a game. As long as you are enjoying the game, even if it is pay to win, it's okay. But I still do not condone games that are very pay to win and have a huge paywall on it. Like every week they will introduce a cash grab feature, as I have encountered those kind of games. Dragonest M Classic has a pre-registration now, and I'm guessing it might be released this month or the next. I will be playing the Dragonest M Classic when the official release comes. So see you there! If you find this video helpful, then please leave a like. Also subscribe to support my channel. As always, thank you for watching, stay safe and have an awesome day. Lights out.